Oh, hi! Welcome to Ormsby Farm Christmas. So, y'all, I'm out doing chores. Before we get started, I just wanted to say I thank y'all so much for tuning in, taking the time to come over to my channel and to join us for Christmas at Ormsby Farms. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight. We have a lot of fun things planned. So, from me and all the chicky chicks and the turkeys, let's go ahead and head in and get that intro rolling.
Tree before my spirit falls again. Fill up the stocking. I may be rushing things, but deck the halls again now. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry. We're down the chimney.
Hey everyone! Hello, and welcome to Christmas at Ormsby Farms. I am so excited that y'all have joined us tonight. I am going to say hello to everyone in the chat. I see everyone popping in saying hello. But first, I want to introduce my wonderful, my fabulous, my beautiful co-hosts. Tonight, we have Anne from Andale Homestead. Hello, Miss Anne.
Hello, everyone. So happy to be here to have some Christmas fun with my friends.
Christmas fun. And we got Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Hi, Monica.
I'm muted. Hey, guys. How are you?
And we have Sandy from Suburban Homestead.
Hello. It's going to be a fabulous night tonight.
It really is. It really is. We're so excited. So make sure that you are hitting that thumbs up when you come in. We got a lot of fun. We have the Vineyard Chicks backstage prepping for some live music for their interviews. And we're going to be making some fun gift ideas. We're going to be making some fun things to put on your pantry. It's just going to be a lot of fun. So, but Miss Anne, would you do the honors just like you do at the podcast and say hello to everybody? Yeah,
I would absolutely love to do that. Hello, Brian. Hope you're good too, sweetie. Hey, Brianna. Yeah. What a beautiful way to spell that.
It is. That's actually where I get my beef. That's one of my very dear friends. That's the Monica. This is the Monica of Georgia right here. So,
oh,
yes.
well, sweet. She can come and join us. And Troy, we're always thrilled to see you. Rebecca, touched by yard. Hey, darling, I know she's working on a blanket right now. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Kayla, we got our girls in here. Northern Girl Hobbies. Hello. It's been a long time since we've seen you. I'm so glad you're here. Inspired Clips. You were just thinking of me. I hope it was a happy thought. It all adds up. Lori says, how do, everybody? How do? And Tamara, hello from L&L Homestead. We're glad that you're here. Kathy Hansen, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. And Heather from Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Kim Mill, my friend, my pal, my buddy. Glad you're here. Nanny Tam, how you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? Nunya, what in the world? He's friends with everybody here. Nunya, Texas on the back. Hey, our treasured home, Nancy. We're always happy to see you.
Yes.
Henry's mom. I like that. Henry's mom and Brian. We're so happy. Give my love to your mom, Casey.
I will. She should be watching. So if she's not watching, she's in trouble. So hopefully she's seeing this right now.
I bet she is. A homestead and hustle. Yeah, we get out there and hustle every day on our homesteads. Hey, Christy Betts. So happy to see you. And Glitter World. She says bombs for everyone. Glitter bombs.
Well, thank you. Wow, everyone's coming in. Hello. Thank you for coming in. First, before we get started on some fun stuff, I've talked about this on the podcast. And for those that tune in every Tuesday to our live Around the Hay Bale podcast, Sandy over at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona, taught me how to make what I'm calling Sandy brandy. And so back in August, when I was harvesting some pears, she said, Casey, make this, let it sit for a while. You'll love it. Hi, Brampton Gardner.
Hi.
So I did, and I brought it. So it's been sitting for like almost 5 months. And I said that I would actually take a small sip of it with Sandy here. So that is what I'm going to do to cheers y'all for that. Small, because I smelled it before we came on. I was like, woo, it's definitely good and fermented. So cheers.
Strong.
Happy Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, it's very good. Oh, I taste the raspberries.
Oh,
It was
good.
raspberry, caramel, and pears. So yes, thank you. So that was delicious. So I tried.
Aw.
So if y'all see me sipping on the thing, you know it's Sandy's fault for teaching me how to do Sandy's brandy.
I love it.
But I've been teasing it on Vlogmas all week that I have some announcement, and I have been really good because y'all know I can't hold water. But I have not said anything on my Vlogmas. But the news is Ormsby Farm has sold the farm, and we are moving to a different homestead. We are going from a 10-acre homestead to a 2-acre homestead at the beginning of the year. So that is our big news. We got some really interesting guesses because I asked people to guess. One person asked me if I was getting an emu.
That's because emus are cute.
I was like, oh. One said, I thought, did you win the lottery? I was like, I wish. No lottery winning here. But so that is our news. I'm very, very excited to announce that. It is a good thing. We are moving a little bit farther from where we are now. But with that being said, one of the reasons is because my mom's going to be a grandma for the first time. Brother Chris and Laura are having their first baby. And I think that's the best kind of segue into the first song by the Vineyard Chicks. And that's, that grandma got run over by a reindeer. And so here we go.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. She'd been drinking too much eggnog, and we begged her not to go, but she forgot her medication. At the scene of the attack, she had hoof prints on her forehead and incriminating claws marks on her back. Oh, Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. And you can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Now we're all so proud of Grandpa. He's been taking this so well. See him in there watching football, drinking beer and playing cards with Cousin Mel. I don't know a Mel. It's not Christmas without Grandma. The whole family's dressed in black, and we just can't help but wonder, should we open up her gifts or send them back? Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Now the goose is on the table, and the pudding made of fig, and the blue and silver candles would have perfectly matched the hair on Grandmother's wig. I've warned all my friends and neighbors, better watch out for yourselves. They should never give a license to a man who drives a sleigh and plays with elves. Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Oh, Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
That was so cute. I love that song.
That is so fun.
It made me laugh every time I heard it. And there are people in there going, oh, that was my best song. I enjoyed that. That's great.
Those girls.
Love it.
Aren't they something?
They are something. So,
Okay. Yeah.
and I'm really excited about this because,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so when I asked these wonderful ladies to co-host with me on a Christmas at Ormsby Farms, I kind of put double duty on them because I said, hey, we're going to co-host and you're also going to make something. So no pressure. And Miss Ann's been talking about this Russian tea forever and a day. And Jesse, it is the Russian tea minus the vodka.
Minus the vodka. That's
But
right.
Ann's going to teach us how to do it now. So I'm going to pop Ann up and we're going to make it.
It's so easy, you guys. It's very, very easy. And I'm going to get my little bowl out here. The ingredients are, and I don't know if anybody even knew that the astronauts drink. The drink of the astronauts, Tang. Yes, they do still sell Tang in the grocery store. And that's what the astronauts used to drink when I was coming along anyway. No wonder they had a lot of energy because it does have a little bit of sugar in it. Anyway, 2 cups of Tang we're going to pour in here. And then we have some powdered lemonade. You just get some lemonade, 1 cup of powdered lemonade, and 1 cup of powdered instant tea. It's just so easy. Now they suggest you get the lemon unsweetened instant tea. We couldn't find any unsweetened.
I was about to say, is it this one? Because I actually was Miss Ann and prepared all the ingredients.
Okay, cool.
Are you making it with her?
I am kind of, but I forgot my measuring cup before.
Oh
we went.
gosh, well, just pour, honey. Just
Don't
pour.
measure with your
Yeah,
heart.
right.
I know.
It is it's lemon flavored. We got the sweet. It's not bad. It's not too sweet. But it does call for unsweetened with lemon. The only ones that we could find had stevia in it, and I can't take those artificial sweeteners. They're just not any good. And they're worse for you than the sugar. So we'll do this, right? So we have 1 cup of powdered lemonade, which we had the Country Time. Everybody has Country Time lemonade around somewhere. And the 1 cup of the powdered tea. We're just going to dump that in there. And then there are 2 teaspoons that I just dumped all over my keyboard. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. It's going to be a great live because I drop stuff. When I drop stuff, it means it's going to be a really good live.
Yeah.
We have cinnamon here. So 2 teaspoons of cinnamon that I'm dumping into the bowl. And then 1 teaspoon of ground cloves.
Ooh.
1 teaspoon of ground cloves. You sprinkle that. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. And that's all there is to it, y'all. You just put it in there. You stir it up really, really well. I'm just going to try not to make too much noise in stirring.
I bet you the air tastes really good right now because all that powdered stuff goes into the air and you can taste it.
I can taste the air.
Is that an actual measuring bowl? Because you look like you're using one of those. It's one of those buckets that I collect my vegetables in. Okay, yeah, it's a measuring thing. I was like, I'll use whatever. If she's using it, I'll use it. So,
You can use whatever you want.
sounds good to me.
Once this is stirred up really well, and we won't take too much time for stirring it up completely, it fits almost all of it leaves over just enough for you to have a cup of your own for you to taste it. But
Excellent.
it will fill up a quart jar. And
Ooh.
sometimes I double it or even triple it. And then I'll put it in individual jars like this. You put it in little individual jars and decorate it. And I put the ingredients on the outside just in case if somebody is allergic to something.
That is
You
so
use
cute.
1 big tablespoon in your cup of hot water. It's hot tea. This is hot tea.
What?
And it just tastes like Christmas, you guys.
Oh, I love
It
that.
tastes like Christmas. It's so good. And then I top it off with my dehydrated oranges. Put that in your cup of tea and
Oh
let
my
it soak.
gosh.
Man, oh man.
I'll be dehydrating oranges tomorrow just for this.
It's so awesome. And it makes such a nice gift. You can give a pint-sized jar or a half-pint jar. It takes
Wow.
a tablespoon or so.
Oh
And
my
then you can heat up your water in the microwave if you want to, and then dump it in. Or I dump it in and then put the water in it and stick it all in the microwave all at the same time.
What?
And top it off with one of my dehydrated oranges. And it just tastes so yummy. So that is
I love that.
I'm excited. And Monica, when you dehydrate the fruits,
Yeah.
I remember when I did, because I did, thanks to Miss Ann, I did lemon, oranges, and limes.
Yeah.
And my whole house smelled like Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
For like
Yeah.
2-3 days afterwards.
I've done oranges before, but now I'm just gonna have to. I tried to make candied oranges and lemons and limes recently. That was a big fail. They were terrible.
Oh.
But for me anyway, they were terrible. But I'm excited. I'm just gonna dehydrate everything I have left.
That's awesome. So
That's
you have
cool.
2 cups of Tang, 1 cup of tea, 1 cup of lemonade, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon or to your taste, allspice and cloves. A teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of cloves.
Oh, so you get smaller each time. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of allspice.
Yeah, I have that backwards. 1 teaspoon of cloves,
Okay.
and then I have a
Half of the
teaspoon of allspice.
Oh, cool.
You just
I
gotta
I wanted to say, Miss Ann, too, because I asked you to do this before the live, but at Round the Hay Bale, we're affiliates with Ormsby Farms. So I am trying it with the
Awesome.
I have
Orange
that.
Delight, which
Ooh.
pretty much is Tang, because I've rehydrated it for my friend's kids. It's pretty much Tang. So
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that now.
I don't know how it tastes.
Oh, I think it'll be great. I really
have
do.
that. Oh my gosh, that's
But
good.
if you can't find Tang in the grocery store, you have to go look in like the instant tea and instant lemonade section.
Mhm.
Sit on the floor on the bottom shelf and look way under. And that's where you'll find it. They hide it these days. There's not
That's
very many
crazy.
astronauts out there pushing Tang. So anyway,
Wow.
that's my contribution to Christmas Fund.
That
Yeah.
sounds so delicious. I'm so excited to actually try it as a hot drink, because it makes me think of like hot cider.
Yes,
Maybe,
it
huh?
tastes very much like hot cider, right? Sandy, you've had Russian tea many times.
Oh yeah. My grandmother, when I was a wee one, made Russian tea, and she used the Tang. The astronauts were going up for the first time, and everybody bought Tang.
That's
That's
right.
so cool. Somebody said try it with Diet 7-Up.
Ooh.
No, what do you mean? Try it with like instead of the hot water?
Maybe instead of the hot water,
Oh,
try
that
it with
might be
like
good.
7-Up. Like maybe even just a sparkling. I'm wondering if you can just mix instead of a hot tea, like hot would be great, right? But if you could
Right.
take all those ingredients and then mix it with a sparkling water, like a plain, no taste, but like a bubbly water or something, like with your machine, like our Soda Streams.
Oh, oh my goodness gracious!
have some-
Live.
You can have some like iced Russian tea in the
Yes.
summer.
Is that a yes that you do it?
Yeah,
as a
she was the one that
drink?
said it. Glitter, yeah,
Okay.
Glitter World said club soda.
Yay.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh!
Because you know it's like
okay.
850 degrees in the
Oh,
summer.
yeah.
So
Nobody drinks hot tea. I think that's why it's so good for Christmas because
Yeah.
So if
'Cause
you want
we're
to have
finally
Christmas
getting
in
cold.
July, yeah. So if you want Christmas in July, use the sparkling water, the club soda.
I bet it would be yummy.
That would be so good.
Tang was a staple at our house because of the astronauts. That's right.
Yeah. Gotta support the astronauts.
Right.
If you were smart, if you were a smart person and going to travel to the moon, you'd try Tang.
You had Tang.
Yeah. That was how you that's how it was when you were a kid, like when you actually supported America.
Right.
When people were proud to be Americans. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. When you were proud to be Americans, you were like, support the astronauts, grow a garden, all those things. That was
right.
We're coming full circle.
Oh, I see. Tried Tang Cool Whip.
Oh my gosh. We're getting into the dangerous territory here.
I was about to say, I
Probably
need you to get like a Tang cookbook or something.
I'm gonna get like 5 pounds on me just from talking about all this.
Right. Well, that
So
sounds
you
good.
could add it to vanilla pudding and put it in a pie then.
I bet you
probably
could.
so.
Gosh.
That might be
There's a
good.
lot.
Tang
Oh.
and Wheaties, they're going to town now.
Wow. Are we talking like Russian tea mix, vanilla pudding mix, and then make
Yeah.
like a Russian tea pie?
Yeah.
Well, Dee's Garden Adventures, Diana said, probably needs to steep and then be chilled.
Mhm.
Ooh.
So you can steep the tea, chill it, and then mix it with the cold, or maybe, I don't know. Then you can mix it with whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could mix it with whatever. What food group would that be? Mm,
I don't know.
Tang
be
pies?
Tang pie.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Bammit, I'm glad you're here, honey.
Yeah,
Yes, she
handmade
did.
jar
She did.
of goodies.
Of
Yeah.
deliciousness.
Wow.
And on that same kind of like time zone kind of thing or feel, my contribution was a hot cocoa powder. So these two things are going to be something that you could pre-make, put on your shelves, and you can have throughout the winter when you decide you want a hot cocoa or a Russian tea. So I'm going to mine's the same thing. I make it in quart jars and then I shake it.
Okay.
Kind of like martini style.
Gotcha.
But
I'm
what
really
I'm
interested
doing
in this because I've never made homemade cocoa before.
when I tell you it is so easy, and I actually have some hot cocoa here because I have to sample it afterwards. Just
Yeah.
to.
Of
But
course.
it's going to be the Nido dry powdered milk. So milk powder. There's always this controversy about powdered milk and milk powder. They're a little bit different. This you can usually find in the Hispanic aisle at the grocery store. And it is wonderful. When I tell you I've used this stuff to make hot cocoa, chocolate milk powder, I've made cheese from milk powder, I've made heavy cream, I've made milk, I've made ice cream. So this is a good one to have on your shelves so you can use it. But I'm basically going to do equal parts. I'm going to do a cup of the milk powder. I'm going to do a cup of unsweetened cacao powder. Now you could get the cocoa powder. It's just not as gut healthy, but I got a Dutch cacao powder.
Okay.
Then I do a cup of sugar. I use the cane sugar. If I can get in front of my camera, of the cane sugar.
Okay.
Now, most recipes call for that sugar to be the powdered sugar. Did y'all know that if you put a cup of like regular sugar and a teaspoon of cornstarch in a blender, that turns it into powdered sugar? So you don't have to worry about having powdered sugar on hand. I don't use powdered sugar for it. I just use regular sugar. So I actually ran and got my measuring cup while Ann was guiding y'all through running, breathing hard, coming back. And one good thing about cane sugar, y'all, I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's not white. Sugar is not really supposed to be white. Just FYI, that's bleach sugar. So all I'm doing is I'm dumping it in there in my 4-jar funnel. I'm doing the sugar.
I love that funnel.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is so amazing. It has the measurements. So when you're canning, it tells you where to stop on
I like it.
So it's great. So cup of sugar or powdered sugar, if you want to go that route. We're doing a cup of the milk powder. This is the Nido milk powder. Dumping her right in. And then you're going to put in a cup of the cocoa powder. Ooh, powder.
Well, he's probably tasting the air too.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he's got good taste in there.
It's a little bit different tasting than the Tang. And literally all I'm going to do is I'm going to shake it up.
Bones to bleach it. Mike says white sugar's not vegan. They use bones to bleach.
What?
Mm.
No, that's crazy.
It's crazy. Do your research on bleach flour, bleached sugar. You'll never want to have it again.
I can't afford to do my research on that. I can't afford that right now. I'm just going to pretend I live it. And I'm going to live in darkness on that one.
So if you have a lid, you can actually shake it better. But I was super not prepared and didn't bring my lid to shake it either. So we're doing it.
Covering it with his sweater.
I'm covering it with my hand. So
Oh, okay.
and it will get all nice and mixed together and delicious, and it will last. I've had it for about 6 months in a quart jar. No, you don't have to vacuum seal it, the lid, or put an oxygen absorber. You just put it in there. I use 2 tablespoons for every cup, quote unquote, of hot water. So
Okay.
the 8 ounces of your hot water, 2 tablespoons, mix it up, and it's a delicious hot cocoa powder that you then can pop open, thanks to Monica, and put in some dehydrated marshmallows
Yummy.
and melt. So that's my contribution to
Awesome.
the stable stuff. It's so good. I love making cocoa powder because, during Christmas, you're just in the mood. Sometimes, you know what? I want some hot cocoa.
That's right.
You can have it.
Now I'm getting ready to try to quickly type the ingredients again. What are they? Once again, the measurements.
Measurements is at equal parts. Cup, and cup of milk powder, cacao powder, sugar.
Easy.
Okay.
1 cup of each.
Mhm.
How
Now,
do you
some people will add in a teaspoon of salt. I've never done it, and I haven't noticed any difference if I was to add it in there. But the recipe that I originally got it from, it called for a teaspoon, for those measurements, a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah.
And again, like Ann said, you could double or triple this, give it out as holiday gifts,
Yes.
Yeah.
because it is just something really Christmassy to have a nice hot cup of cocoa on a cold night as you're listening to Around the Hay Bale podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Okay.
And I will have, if you're rewatching this live back, because I am going to rerun this live this week, I will have the recipes for everything in the bio notes. So you're just going to go down to the bio notes and you'll be able to see all of the recipes
Oh, good.
for all this delicious powdered tea stuff.
Yay.
Hey, that's good.
So I think it's time for some more music.
Well,
I'll think. And I think it's time for a little bit of Silver Bells. So without further ado, we're bringing back up the Vineyard Chicks, the Silver Bells.
Woohoo. Yay. So sweet.
Casey, you're muted still.
So sweet.
I know, because I was munching. I don't want to like come back on and I'm eating the Christmas crack. But I love that song. Great job, ladies.
Thanks, girls.
So next we have another gift idea. And let me tell you, before I say who we're going next, this next person that's sharing is probably the most creative, artistic, knowledgeable person I think I've ever met in my entire 37 years of life.
That literally just gave it away because everyone knows you're not talking about me.
Or me, Ronnie.
Like Miss Ann already went, and so like you're basically like, hey, Monica's real not there. We're gonna go.
Yeah, that's not.
Well,
we all have our attributes, but
Casey and I are like the siblings, and he's just like,
we are.
P.S. I'm
Well,
the smart one now.
P.S. So basically, as Monica said, she's very talented in a lot of things, but crafts is not her thing. So that's basically what she made me call her out. No, Monica's very talented too. But when Sandy showed us these fuzzy monster ornaments the other day that we're going to be talking about, I think I fell in love with these little ornaments and I want to make them so bad. So Sandy, I'm going to pop you up and take it away.
Well, we had to decide on something we were going to do for Casey's show. And I thought, I got this crazy yarn. Now, if you've ever used it, you hate it. You seriously do. It is the worst yarn to use, except for when you're making ornaments. And it is fabulous because you can take this stringy stuff and make these fun, crazy ornaments with all these different colors.
oh my gracious.
And I actually do them around just a regular, this is a plastic ornament that you can just buy at a box store, right? This one's about 3 inches across. If you did a smaller or a larger, it would just do more rows or less rows.
Okay.
And so I did them in a couple different ways. Like, look at this fun red yarn that's got sparkles.
Oh my goodness.
You could do it any kind of yarn that you want that your little knitting machine will do. Now, you can do it by hand. There's nothing that says you can't do it by hand. But I have a little machine. So I thought, I'm going to show you how easy and fast it is to make these. So I am going to pull this down. Now, can you guys all see this little machine?
I can.
Yeah.
This is called an Addy knitting machine. This is a mini one. It's not the big ones that you make your hats with. This is a mini one. And it's just a matter of cranking it and it goes around. See how easy that is?
Oh my goodness.
And so for an ornament, my size ornament, I have to have 28 rows to fit this one. If I had a smaller one, I'd make a little bit less. If I had a bigger ornament, I'd make it a little bit bigger. And so when you get to your 28 rows, you take it off the machine and you have this. Something that maybe you could make, if you made it longer, you could make a sock. But this is just 28 rows. And it's open on both sides and has a string on both sides. So all you got to do is pull that.
Oh my goodness.
So that's closing that end, right?
Wow.
When I'm pulling it, I have a little needle on there. And all I have to do is make a couple knots. It's so fast and easy. I can literally make one of these in 5-6 minutes.
Wow.
Seriously.
Oh my goodness.
So if you wanted to do, like, you have kids in a school, in grade school, and they want a gift for all the students, you could probably make it out of a skein of yarn and have an ornament for every single student.
Oh my goodness.
Brampton Gardner said her daughter has the manual ones with the pegs. Like, I guess the ones that are not the crank ones, but the regular ones. You can do it with that?
Yes. If you had a small one, the small size, when you're using those pegs. Now look at this. All you do is pull it over top of it. I'm going to take that top off of the bulb just because it makes it easier. And then my other string, I'm just going to pull that around. So it closes it where this circle is. I'll do a little knot. And then I put it back in.
So cool.
And I have an ornament. It's just so easy. So if you want to, no matter if you wanted crazy yarn, you could do it, which I like funky. So this is okay for me.
I like funky too.
Right? But say you have a theme or you have a cabin in the woods and you want everything to go together. Why not do some very subtle yarns? You know, I like yarns that are variegated. They change colors.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can do all that. You can change yarns every few rows. You can, after it's done, you can stitch like snowflakes into it, people's names into it.
Oh my gosh.
So the
That's such a good idea.
possibility is just endless. But the nice thing about this little machine is you can make scarves, you can make socks, you can make just seriously a ton of stuff. But I mean, I seriously probably made 30 or 40 of these that I've been giving away.
Oh my
in
goodness.
2 hours, maybe.
That's so cool.
So for people that are doing like craft fairs at Christmas time,
Mm-hmm.
you're always trying to find something that cost-wise and time-wise is efficient.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't like ornaments?
Right.
That's right.
You know, personalize them if you want to, and you can even charge more. But my kids were so excited when I gave them these little fun things, and I just thought, I'm just going to show everybody how to do those. It's quick and easy. My little machine runs, I don't know, maybe $70. I have it on our Amazon stores that we all have.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I think it's so cute because you can match your scarf or your outfit to the ornaments on your Christmas tree. Yeah.
oh yeah, and
Oh my
you
gosh.
can make, using this little machine, you can make those fingerless mittens and just all kinds of stuff.
How fun. That sounds like so much fun.
You know,
Brandon says the fuzzy ones, the funky ones need some googly eyes, she said.
I know it because see, that's what Monica said too. And
Yeah.
I couldn't find any great big googly eyes. Otherwise, I would have glued them onto it.
Then they really would look like little monsters.
Leader.
You know, you could use a green fuzzy yarn like this, and then it could be like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. You could make the face look like that.
Oh my goodness.
So many ideas.
So creative.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, they do have, I will say they do have another knitting machine. They have the Addy. And if you're looking for something a little cheaper, they have that Centro.
Yes, I have
the
a
small-
Centro too.
Do you have the small Centro as well?
No, I just have that hat size one because the two of them work better with different yarns.
Makes sense.
Because the weights of the yarn can make a difference.
Yeah.
And so that's why I have two. Different sizes.
My 12-year-old's about to get the big Centro for Christmas. So
Awesome.
Everybody has to keep the secret though.
Shh, don't tell Elijah.
No,
Kayla says you should make it the one-eyed, horn-flying, purple people eater.
Purple people eater. Yeah.
I love
Right?
that.
That's adorable.
I'm hold through that way.
Now we have something very exciting right now. We are going to actually interview the Vineyard Chicks. So Casey's going to pop them up. We are so appreciative that they did some songs for us tonight.
Hi.
Hi. Of the Vineyard Chicks.
Hi.
How are you guys
So-
doing?
Good. We are so glad that you joined us for the Christmas at Ormsby Farms. So I know I have a question. What got y'all into music?
This one.
Yeah, her.
I'm just gonna say right now, it's this one.
It was
It's
totally
her fault. It's her fault.
Was it just something that just kind of popped in your mind? You're like, hey, I'm going to start an all-sister band.
No. So Kayla's perfect pitch, so she can like tell notes in her head without needing to read them or anything. And Dad and Mom figured that out when she was like 2 years old. So her whole life she's been doing stuff with music because it's a natural given gift that she has. And so ever since she was 2 years old, she's been playing music. And I was born when she was 2 years old. So my entire time knowing her, she's been playing music.
Oh my
And so that was kind of just like an inspiration for me and Bunky because
all of the time, our big sister was playing music and singing, and that just kind of inspired us to start doing our own stuff with music. And then I don't really remember why, but we kind of all came together and just like, hey, we are all doing music anyway.
No, we
Let's
wanted
do
to
stuff fun for Mom.
Yeah, we wanted to do a silly song for Mom because she was at work and we wanted to surprise her when she came home. And so we set up the kitchen all weird and we like made little tickets so that Dad could give it to her at the door.
Like, hey, I got you concert tickets, honey. And then they came in and we played a few songs, and they were very badly done.
Oh yeah,
it was terrible. But that was our start.
Priceless.
That's so cool. Okay, so I have a question for you ladies. What is your favorite, and you can each tell me, what is your favorite Christmas song?
Oh come, Emmanuel.
Okay.
I love the way the chords just feel good.
I could have guessed that one. Oh man. Favorite Christmas song. That's a tough one.
I'm sorry. I think
something that you know you're gonna sing all the time. Like if you're humming it, it's gonna come to your mind. Like my favorite is the Gloria song in Excelsis Deo.
That was a good one.
I love that
I can't
song.
even say it right now, but that's like my favorite. Like if I hear it once, I'm singing it the rest of the day.
Right.
Mhm.
So okay, so we got one. What's your other two?
White Christmas.
So I
White
Christmas.
Ooh, good
Okay,
one.
good one.
Crosby and Frank Sinatra.
I
Love it.
think I'd have to say, oh man, I got two.
No.
Like for two different reasons, very different reasons. So like I love Mary Did You Know? Just because like the song itself is just so beautiful, and I love that one. But my favorite song to sing at Christmas time would have to be Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. So they're like two different spectrums.
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair.
That is
Good. I love it.
Song.
And like I love you, Grandma, but I'm sorry, I love that song too. Just in case Grandma hears this.
Okay. Sandy, do you have any questions for the ladies?
Well, I wondered, girls, do you have a specific wonderful tradition that you guys do at your house that you just love?
Oh, we got a few. Boogie, go ahead.
One of them that I remember is making chocolate bark, which we're actually eating right now. But we're making little chocolate bark. We each had our own little tin case, and we each made our own batch of chocolate bark with our own different toppings, and they were all different, and we all had our own tin case of it, and that was one of my traditions that I really liked.
Yum.
You got one?
Favorite tradition? Oh. For the longest time, we had the tradition of every Christmas Eve, we go to Grandma's house and the whole family gets together. Cousins, aunts, uncles, everyone gets together at Grandma's house. And we have this big Christmas Eve celebration. And Christmas Eve evening, everyone opens their gifts from each other. And then Christmas Day, it's just the family. So Mom, Dad, me, and Kayla and Bunky at home in our pajamas, and we just have fun all day. I always like doing that and going to Grandma's house. What about you?
That's a good one.
That's nice.
You guys you guys took all the good answers. Like I don't know.
Like decorating the tree.
I guess like there's this one like Christmas Day tradition. It's not a tradition, but like I'm gonna call it that because we've been doing it for so long. But like we keep competing over who's going to unwrap presents without ripping the paper. And Mom hates it because it takes forever.
I think
I
I'm
was
the
going
reigning
to say
champion.
that would drive me insane. Oh my gracious. Well, girls, you know, when I think of Christmas and I think of the donkeys and Carrie and Mary and all the animals in the barn and things like that, as far as Christmas goes, you guys, who is kind of sort of in charge? You know, the animals don't know that it's a holiday. And so who's
yes,
in
they do.
charge going and going and looking after feeding and watering up?
The animals get Christmas presents.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, the chickens get
sweet.
treats. The dogs get big bones. They get Christmas presents.
So they
The
know
animals
it's a
can
holiday.
celebrate Christmas too.
Yeah,
That's
but usually they get taken care of regardless of what day it is. So we still have to go out during the blizzard on Christmas morning, and everyone's waiting to eat breakfast.
And also like when I go out on Christmas or it's a holiday, I say Merry Christmas to all of the animals.
Yeah,
Oh, that's sweet. So they do know, huh?
they do know.
They totally know.
Yeah, they totally know. Is that one time a year where we get all the special treatment?
That's good. That's very sweet. Very kind.
Well, if there's, I'm going to put it in the chat. If anyone in the chat has a question for the Vineyard Chicks, I will give it a couple of minutes, but then we're going to let the Vineyard Chicks go get ready for their final performance. Huh? So here we go. Put your question in. Put your question in. But wait, I think we're missing somebody on the screen.
Yeah.
Out again. Huh?
What in the world?
All right, we're going to let the Vineyard Chicks go get ready while we figure out who we're missing. We're missing somebody. I don't know who it is. But the Vineyard Chicks will be back with a final performance. So we thank them for sitting down and chit-chatting with us, and we will see them in a second. But 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. 4. There she is. She's switched locations.
And she has moved.
I've switched locations. I am live in my dining room area now. The red wall behind me is my dining room. Eric doesn't normally allow me to video in here. He's like, don't do it in the red wall. It looks terrible. But anyway, we're here. So I am sharing with you one of the things that I do every year. And my kids basically have been just waiting for this moment because we start doing this early in the season and this is kind of late for me. So we make dip chocolates all the time around here. And so I'm going to show you really quick how we make some of our favorite dip chocolates. These right here, they're a little, I had Elijah, my little elf in here working for me. He's going to be mad that I called him an elf. He's not very tall, so he gets picked on about that. So his face is like this right now. But my little holiday Elijah elf was making these, and these are super easy. Okay, you're gonna take a sleeve of Ritz and just some peanut butter, and some dipping chocolate. And let me show you exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of put you down here so you can see my what I've done. So Elijah has ahead of the game. He started and he's basically taken peanut butter. He's piled it on a Ritz. I usually am a little generous with it. Okay, so you want to make sure there's plenty on there. So you put it on your Ritz. And once you get it on your Ritz, you can then start putting the lids on all your Ritzes. We do a lot at a time, so we'll do a bunch of them. And we just put it on top.
Okay.
And once you've got the lids on all your Ritz, you're going to take one of these crackers, okay? And I'm going to move this over so you can see a little bit better. We're going to take this. This is my little dipper, okay? You can see my dipping chocolate right here. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to it's all nice and melted. I'm going to take this, just 2 crackers and some peanut butter. And I'm going to drop it in. And it's so easy. I'm going to flip it over, get it all covered. And I'm going to use my little, I usually use a regular fork. My mother-in-law got me these, so I'm trying to use my new stuff to be fancy. And all you're going to do is shake off the excess and then put it right there.
Yum.
That's it.
Yum.
And you're going to just dip them as much as you can. Dip them up and down. Make sure they're nice and covered and dipped. And once they come out, I usually get a big pile of them. And once they get all nice and dipped, then I pull them out. And we usually get any kind of sprinkles that we can find. And I think, where's my sprinkles, boys? Can I have my sprinkles? So I'll just take the sprinkles and
I was so overthinking this.
no, it's so easy. It's literally that easy that, my 8-year-old can do it.
And they're so good.
Matter of fact, he's right here, so he probably would have already.
The mini Eric.
But that's it. That's it. It is so easy. And Ezekiel, do you want to come taste test for me? Come over here. You got to do it on camera. Tell me what you think. Come on camera and taste test. Is it good? Okay, let's see the inside. It is just that easy. There's your inside. Just the peanut butter and the crackers dipped in chocolate. Here you go. That's it. It's super easy.
Love it.
So your best bet is to take an entire sleeve and just do all the peanut butter and then put all their little tops on, dip them in chocolate and call it even. Just sprinkle it up. And you can use any sprinkles you want.
Now, Monica, show that your melter thing again.
So this is my chocolate melter. I don't know if I even have it in the my Amazon store, but I'll make sure I do. This is my chocolate melter. And it's on Amazon, and you don't have to use these special forks. I usually use a regular fork and it works perfectly fine. But this melter is amazing. It's all dirty now, but you turn it on to melt and then you put it on warm and it keeps it warm. And my chocolates, grab me a bag of chocolates. The chocolates that I use are the candy melts. I typically order the dark chocolate. This was a dark chocolate candy melt. You can order milk chocolate. You can get dark chocolate, or you can just get the Wilton candy melts from like the Walmart or anywhere. Right. I order a bunch of them, and I think Casey divulged to everyone last week that I order like the 10-pound bag because we use a lot. I mean, this right here tonight that he just made, this will go. He'll probably finish dipping this for me here while I'm going in the other room. This entire section, which is it's actually 2 sleeves of Ritz, they'll be gone before I even come out, especially because Eric and I have a live after this. So, but this is my 5-pound bag of melting chocolate that I use. So it's just these melting wafers. And I just put them in here and I melt them. That's it. Okay. And I use dark cocoa, dark chocolate. That's it. This entire 5-pound bag will be gone by the end of the season.
Monica, have you ever tried, instead of using the peanut butter, the melted caramel?
No,
it's really good. And you can even, if you put the caramel on both of the Ritz and then sprinkle a little bit of nuts and squeeze it together, and then you dip it in the chocolate. So yummy.
It'd be like a Snickers cracker or something. Yeah. Wow. No, we have now. I do dip a bunch of things. So we've done like Oreos. We've dipped Oreo cookies and things because Oreos are dairy free. So if you're like a dairy free person and you're afraid that maybe the Ritz have dairy in them, which I don't even know if they do or not, but you can do something that's a little more suited to you. But we dip all kinds of stuff. So this is just one of my kids' favorites. They absolutely love this. This is their jam. So. Okay, is this the sauce you're talking about? Like this?
Yeah, you could use that. I haven't used that company brand, but
like just the sauce.
Yeah.
Well, Elijah, looks like you'd be dipping cheese in crush up some peanuts and put them in there too. There you go. And you can also take, if you wanted to make them pretty and you don't want to use sprinkles, you want to use you can use colored dipping chocolates, reds or greens, or even like a white, white chocolate. And you can melt that and just, drizzle that on top. So easy to do. And they look so pretty, especially when you package them up and give them to your neighbors or your kids' teachers or whatever. Yeah, this is my jam. This is what I go to. So,
woo-hoo.
Yeah.
See, Monica is talented.
Monica's talented, I guess. Junk food and canning nacho cheese.
I have to tell you that I learned this from Monica at Vlogmas last year. For those that don't know, me and Monica do a Vlogmas every single year where we vlog every single day.
Mine won't come out until 11 tonight. Yes.
I was not saying mine either. So, but it's a lot of fun, and that's where I learned how to do it, and it is so good. It is quick. Miss Ann, your grandkids would love this. You have to try it. I mean, it would be done in like an hour.
The Christmas crap?
The dipped peanut butter, the Christmas crap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they would absolutely. They would love it. Of course,
so easy.
They'd be climbing the walls in no time at all. So I would not love it.
But you could use almond butter if you can't use peanut butter. You can use other things so you can make it friendly for your family too. So yeah.
Oh yeah, peanut butter's not a problem. Is that chocolate?
Yeah, it can be a problem.
But it's Christmas time.
It is, and it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's also because we have a final performance from the Vineyard Chicks that is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So again, please welcome to the live, the Vineyard Chicks performing It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas.
Everywhere.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, take a look at the 5 and 10, glistening once again, with candy lanes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that'll be
That was wonderful, ladies. That was wonderful.
Such
And
a
y'all,
great-
this has been just so much fun to be
yes.
able to share this new holiday tradition with you wonderful ladies. I am so blessed to be able to get to work with the three of y'all every single week on our podcast. And it means so much that you agreed to be on the live. And the Vineyard Chicks, I am just so blessed they came to perform as well. We also are going to show the Christmas Story cartoon. Myself, Monica, and Eric hosted this. I guess you could call it a collab. 3 years ago. This will be the third year.
3 years ago now?
3 years ago.
Oh my
And
God.
it is the birth of Jesus, the story of the birth of Jesus through Luke. So the book of Luke. And it's with some of your favorite homesteaders and music by the Vineyard Chicks. So don't leave after this, because we're going to close out and say a Merry Christmas to everyone after this wonderful little cartoon, kid-friendly cartoon. And so now, with further ado, I am going to introduce the Christmas story told through the book of Luke. Welcome. We are so excited and blessed that you've joined us tonight for the telling of the Christmas story. During the hustle and bustle of the holiday season, we tend to forget the true meaning of Christmas. It's not all about a happy, jolly, fat man in a red suit or even reindeer.
That's right, Casey. This is a story about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
And we're proud to bring you the story of Jesus' birth as told through the book of Luke.
Featuring the music by
The Vineyard Chicks.
We hope you have as much fun watching this as we have had making this. So sit back and enjoy
The Christmas story.
Many have undertaken to draw up an account of the things that have been fulfilled among us, just as they were handed down to us by those who from the first eyewitnesses and servants of the word. With this in mind, since I myself have carefully investigated everything from the beginning, I too decided to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know the certainty of the things you have been taught. The birth of John the Baptist foretold. In the time of Herod, king of Judea, there was a priest named Zechariah, who belonged to the priestly division of Abijah. His wife Elizabeth was also a descendant of Aaron. Both of them were righteous in the sight of God, observing all the Lord's commands and decrees blamelessly. But they were childless because Elizabeth was not able to conceive, and they were both very old.
Once, when Zachariah's division was on duty, and he was serving as priest before God, he was chosen by lot, according to the custom of the priesthood, to go into the temple of the Lord and burn incense. And when the time for the burning of the incense came, all the assembled worshipers were praying outside. Then the angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing on the right side of the altar of incense. When Zachariah saw him, he was startled and was gripped with fear. But the angel said unto him, Do not be afraid, Zachariah. Your prayer has been heard. Your wife will bear you a son, and you are to call him John. He will bring a joy and delight to you, and many will rejoice because of his birth. For he will be great in the sight of the Lord. He will never take wine and other fermented drink, and he will be filled with the Holy Spirit even before he is born.
He will bring back many of the people of Israel to the Lord their God, and he will go on before the Lord in the spirit and the power of Elijah to turn the hearts of the parents to their children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. Zechariah asked the angel, "How can I be sure of this? I am an old man, and my wife is well along in years." The angel said to him, "I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you and to tell you this good news. And now you will be silent and not able to speak until the day this happens, because you do not believe my words, which will come true at their appointed time." Meanwhile, the people were waiting for Zechariah and wondering why he stayed so long in the temple. When he came out, he could not speak to them. They realized he had seen a vision in the temple, for he kept making signs to them, but remained unable to speak. When his time of service was completed, he returned home.
After this, his wife Elizabeth became pregnant, and for 5 months remained in seclusion. "The Lord has done this for me," she said. "In these days he has shown his favor and taken away my disgrace among the people." In the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent an angel, Gabriel, to Nazareth, to a town in Galilee, to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel went to her and said, "Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you." Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus."
Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God
He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his father David and will reign over Jacob's descendants forever. His kingdom will have no end. How will this be, Mary asked the angel, since I am a virgin? The angel answered, The Holy Spirit will come on you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. So the Holy One to be born will be called the Son of God. Even Elizabeth, your relative, is going to have a child in her old age, and she who is said to be unable to conceive is in her 6th month. For no word from God will ever fail. I am the Lord's servant, Mary answered. May your word to me be fulfilled. Then the angel left her.
At that time, Mary got ready and hurried to a town in the hill country of Judea, where she entered Zechariah's home and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the baby leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit. In a loud voice, she exclaimed, Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the child you will bear. But why am I so favored that the mother of my Lord should come to me? As soon as the sound of your greeting reached my ears, the baby in my womb leaped for joy. Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her.
Angels we have heard and I sweetly singing glory praise, and the mountains in reply echoing their joyous strains. Angels we have heard and I sweetly, sweetly through the night, and the mountains in reply echoing their brief delight. In excelsis Deo, in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the glad songs be, which inspire your heavenly song? In excelsis Deo, in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King. In excelsis Deo, in excelsis
And Mary said, My soul glorifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior, for he has been mindful of the humble state of his servant. From now on all generations will call me blessed. For the Mighty One has done great things for me. Holy is his name. His mercy extends to those who fear him from generation to generation. He has performed mighty deeds with his arm. He has scattered those who are proud in their inmost thoughts. He has brought down rulers from their thrones, but has lifted up the humble.
He has filled the hungry with good things, but has sent the rich away empty. He has helped his servant Israel, remembering to be merciful to Abraham and his descendants forever, just as he promised our ancestors. Mary stayed with Elizabeth for about 3 months and then returned home. When it was time for Elizabeth to have her baby, she gave birth to a son. Her neighbors and relatives heard that the Lord had shown her great mercy, and they shared her joy.
The 8th day they came to circumcise the child, and they were going to name him after his father Zechariah. But his mother spoke up and said, "No, he is to be called John." They said to her, "There is no one among your relatives who has that name." Then they made signs to his father to find out what he would like to name the child. He asked for a writing tablet, and to everyone's astonishment he wrote, "His name is John." Immediately his mouth was opened and his tongue set free. He began to speak, praising God. All the neighbors were filled with awe, and throughout the hill country of Judea, people were talking about all these things. Everyone who heard this wondered about it, asking, "What then is this child going to be?" For the Lord's hand was with him.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Oh, come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. On Christ. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, come, all ye faithful to Bethlehem. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, come, all ye faithful to Bethlehem. Sing choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, come, all ye faithful to Bethlehem. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, come, all ye faithful.
His father Zechariah was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, because he has come to his people and redeemed them. He has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he said through the holy prophets of long ago. Salvation from our enemies and from the hand of all who hate us, to show mercy to our ancestors and to remember his holy covenant, the oath he swore to our father Abraham, to rescue us from the hand of our enemies, and to enable us to serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all our days."
And you, my child, will be called a prophet of the Most High, for you will go on before the Lord to prepare the way for him, to give his people the knowledge of salvation through the forgiveness of their sins, because of the tender mercy of our God, by which the rising sun will come to us from heaven to shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the path of peace. And the child grew and became strong in spirit, and he lived in the wilderness until he appeared publicly to Israel.
In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria. And everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. Take 2. In those days, Caesar Augustus had issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria. And everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David.
He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger, because there was no guest room available for them.
And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find the babe wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger." Suddenly, a great company of the heavenly host appeared with the angel, praising God and saying,
"Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace to those on whom his favor rests." When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about." So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby who was lying in the manger. When they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what has been told them about this child.
And all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen, which was just as they had been told. On the 8th day, when it was time to circumcise the child, he was named Jesus, the name the angel had given him before he was conceived.
Thanks again for joining us tonight. Make sure to take this video and share it throughout the holiday season to spread the good news, the story of Christmas time, and the birth of Jesus.
We want to thank everyone who was involved making this Christmas special tonight. This video will be running through December 31st, so make sure you are sharing it on social medias, liking and subscribing. And we want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Be blessed. Let me unmute myself. One thing, because that was an older ending. I actually will be having that video on. It comes live after this live tonight, but it's running through January 6th, which really is the 12 days of Christmas, FYI. Yeah?
Nice.
So, just thought I'd put that. And again, I want to thank everyone who came in tonight. I want to bring the Vineyard Chicks back up just to give them a good old thank you again. So we appreciate every single person that came in the live. Thank you, everyone. Yes, we hope everyone has a very merry, very, very Merry Christmas. And don't forget to head over to the Bland's live because Monica's working. She's working the late show tonight. It's late night with Monica. We're not worried about Jimmy Fallon. We'll just do late night with Monica and Eric instead. So you're muted.
I was going to say, we're way better than Jimmy Fallon, just saying.
That's right.
So any other final words? I'll throw it to Sandy. Any other final words for everyone who's still in the chat? Huh?
Well, thanks so much for coming by. We just so appreciate it. No matter what kind of traditions your family has, enjoy them. Maybe add another tradition or two. You know, every year we try to do something different, you know, something added. My family is a game fan, so we always try to try a new game or things like that.
I love that.
That's right. That's awesome. And thank you so much, everyone, for being in here. What a great, fun night it was. We made things, we heard songs, we created stuff, each of us. It's so awesome. And so we certainly appreciate all of you. And I dropped in the chat on StreamYard, Land's Promised Land Ranch, the link for their live that comes on 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. And we're thrilled to be able to join them tonight. It's always a lot of fun on Therapy Thursday.
I'm gonna have him test some things out still in my chat tonight. So make sure you come to the live. He's gonna be taste testing some things.
Oh, cool. He always loves those.
Casey, you're muted though.
I always am. Right when I have that really good something to say, I'm muted. Monica, any other final words?
I mean, Sandy said it best. Find something new and enjoy the season. Honestly, I think really though, for me, this is a season to slow down. So I hope that in all the chaos that is the season, that I hope you slow down and take a breath. I mean, if you go back to my Vlogmases, you'll see I'm really busy, but it's actually slowing down for me, believe it or not. This is really a season of usually slowing down and trying to be more intentional. So I hope you do that too. Slow down, be more intentional.
Amen to that. How about y'all, ladies?
I don't. That would be you. Put you on the spot. Why would that be me?
I don't know.
Person.
Well, I don't know. Merry Christmas, I guess.
There you go. Right?
Take some time, spend it with your family. They're important.
That's right. There you go.
That's true.
Good. Well, we certainly appreciate you all being involved in our craziness that we have here. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
A tradition has been started.
A big thank you to Casey for all the work behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, thank you.
Well, now we're going to go get ready for Bland's Promised Land Ranch Live, and I'm going to have some Russian tea now that I actually have gotten it mixed up and made. It smells like Christmas. It does smell like Christmas. So I hope y'all try it. So everyone, thank you for coming in and have a Merry Christmas. And we will see y'all next Tuesday on our live.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you.